Why does it seem like basically everyone trying to date right now or dating right now is just getting the Mbappé special?
What's the Mbappé special?
For example, nothing. For the moment, nothing.
It just goes nowhere. You just kind of get stuck in one higgledy-piggledy nonsense arrangement that doesn't actually mean anything. Well, I mean, it's weird because I guess it means something, but then at the same time, to me, it doesn't mean anything. It's hard. It's hard to explain. This is where you have to go by my mom's famous words. Pick sense from nonsense and run. Free yourself and get out of there. For me personally, it's nothing else but a bloody waste of time. He's wasting his time. He's wasting my time. And then I'm wasting my time. Why? Like, I literally remember explaining to my mom that you are not boyfriend and girlfriend until you have been asked to be a girlfriend. And it's so funny because I feel like till this day, she doesn't understand. I don't even think she gets it. I try to explain to her that it's no, you date and you start speaking and you get to know each other. And based on how it goes, the guy should then like formally ask you, oh, would you like to be my girlfriend? Or, like, it's been a long time. Oh, my hair. She just couldn't seem to fathom that a guy would approach a woman, be interested in her, and then you guys aren't boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, she literally said from that moment that he approaches you and you accept and you're interested, you guys are together. So you can imagine when I'm explaining to her that you can go on dates with a guy and have sex with a guy, you can only be speaking to that guy. You can be spending time. You could have even met each other's parents. You could have met the friends, told your friends about them, and he's still not your boyfriend. She was so confused. And honestly, so am I. Why is it almost impossible these days to meet someone, become boyfriend and girlfriend, get engaged, get married, and then let it be it? Like, why does it seem like it's no longer straightforward? Or has it never been straightforward? I think it's really sad that relationships... See, I already made a mistake. Not relationships. I think it's really sad that talking stages become situationships and that's where it ends. It doesn't progress and become anything more. And I don't seem to understand why that is the case. People can be in situationships for months, for years. Why is that? Especially when you realize a situationship is simply a relationship, but one of the people in the dynamic is just messing about and the other person is trying to accommodate for that messing about. You see me? No. All of that situationship stuff, I washed my hands of it. Don't get me wrong, I've fallen victim to that propaganda before, but in general, all that dating stuff, I resigned, I've handed in my badge, I've given in my notice, I'm done. I'm not. I literally remember saying to my friend, well, first of all, I posted that I actually made it out of I made it out of Dagestan by the skin of my teeth, like just about made it. But in order for me to date right now, it would take, I don't even want to say who it would take because I got somebody in mind, but it would take a lot. It would take one heck of a guy for me to get back into the dating scene. I can't even say dating scene. I can't, because once you survive one situationship, or even a bad relationship, you become so vigilant. Like, you become hyper vigilant about who you date, who you give your time with, who you give your time to, who you spend your time with, who you give your energy to. Because energy vampires are a real thing. But seriously, why is everybody just getting into situationships, no relationships? Who's gonna get married? I want to go to some weddings. I want to go to some weddings. And it's really interesting because when I look at the people that I see getting married these days, they are the people that are in the church. And when I'm saying in the church, like fully in the church, does religion have a lot to do with marriage? To be honest, I already know the answer to that. I personally think yes. And it's not just in Christianity. You see it from people of other religions where you do get married a lot younger. Obviously, there are the issues with that, but let's stick with talking about situationships because that's why we're here. I personally feel like dating apps and social media has given people the illusion of options. It's made people feel like when you are committing, you are locking yourself down. You're closing the door to so many other people. There's so many other girls, so many other guys that could be the one. In reality, these same guys, yes, there are millions, billions of people in the world. You're not going to meet all of those millions and billions of people in the world. So if you have something good, maybe try and stick with that. Just a thought. But yeah, I definitely feel like social media has allowed people to feel like the grass is always greener somewhere else, and that's just not the case. We've seen it time and time and again, but people just aren't learning their lesson. If you were to go on TikTok right now, or go on, let me say Instagram, because that's where people really, that's where people really show out. You know, I feel like Instagram is for looking good, TikTok is for being funny and entertaining, personable personality. But if you were to go on Instagram right now, you are flooded by people that you might even feel like, oh, this girl looks better than me. Then you're flooded by options. Oh my gosh, this person is so da 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 da. People are developing their types based on what they see on social media. Oh, my type is a girl with curly hair. Who keeps slamming doors in here? I'm about to get mad. Anyways, my type is a girl with curly hair. My type is a light-skinned girl. My type is a tall, dark, and handsome. My type is locks. My type is tattoos, or guys that calisthenics. People are developing their types based on what they see on social media. And because of that, even if they do meet someone that ticks off so many boxes, once they go on their phone, they feel like there's better out there. Even if they might not even be able to actually pull the better that they think is out there. The fact that they've seen someone that they feel is their type to a T, they automatically feel like what they've got at home is just not good enough. And that is one of the issues with social media. Social media has done a lot of good, but it's done a lot of bad at the same time. And I also think that in general, we've shifted to a culture that is a lot more, let's just see how it goes. Let's just do this for the plot. Let's just do this for shits and giggles. Let's just see how it... There isn't as much intention. And I don't even feel like that just goes for dating. I feel like that goes for life. Sometimes putting full intention into things can be so daunting that you're like, you know what? Let's just see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. And I do think it can come from, of course, wanting to avoid a disappointment. But in the dating side, I think it could be that. It could be wanting to avoid disappointment. But then again, the idea that what if there's better out there? The world is huge. And I think social media has shown us how big the world is. And yeah, I feel like more and more people are like, let's just see how it goes with their life in general. Their life is very go with the flow. And so naturally their dating life will represent that. But realistically, when you go with the flow in dating, where are you going? How long will you flow? I also think the fear of labels, which obviously has a lot to do with go with the flow, but we are in a society that people don't want to be boxed in. People don't want to feel controlled. People don't want to feel like they have to have a label. Oh, I am this, I am this, I am that. We're in a bit of a more free-spirited society, and of course with being a free spirit comes with this. People want relationship benefits without being in an actual relationship. And I think this has a lot to do with just the whole emotional intimacy without commitment. People love it. So essentially calling somebody your partner without them actually being your partner. Now, my controversial hot take is that this doesn't actually ever benefit women. It's always benefits men. And I don't want to sound like one of those people that's always like, men are at the root of all. However, I have never seen a situationship be beneficial to a woman in hindsight. But let's focus in on this point. I think that because we have so many people that are showing that they are okay, and I even had this discussion the other day, people that tell themselves that they are okay with situationships, if I could say out of 10, I want to say that only 2 are truly, truly okay with being in a situationship. And that's because I genuinely believe that a lot of situationships are just one person trying to appease the other. One person has to concede. It's so rare to see, I guess, a situationship where it's a mutual feeling. One person hasn't had to give up something in order for things to continue working. And it's so common with women. So let's just give it a quick, brief timeline. Guy sees you, is interested, meets you, gets to know you, probably gives it to you, like, we'll see you in the next couple of months. If things go well, hopefully we'll end up in a relationship, cool. Then the woman has the hope, the guy either says he doesn't see things moving forward, the woman is left confused because she's like, what did I do? I thought things were great. So the woman's left confused. Or he just says nothing. The girl is waiting for him to ask. He doesn't ask. And then she might bring up, so like, what are we, like, what's really going on? Because, you know, da, 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 da. Now in that situation, you can do one of two things. One, you can leave because you know that you want to be in a relationship. He doesn't, so you're clearly disaligned. Or you can stay and hope that maybe eventually he'll ask. And that's how I think so many situationships are born. One person gives in. And obviously this can even happen with guys. The guy might be the one that wants to be in a relationship and the woman's like, oh, I'm not really ready, or no, like, you know, it's not me. I mean, no, it's not you, it's me. Da, 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 whatever. And she continues to enjoy the benefits of being in a relationship. Oh, he pays for my nails. Oh, he, you know, we go on dates and he pays and he takes care of me, or even like the sexual benefits. But the other party is left feeling like, oh, why? And where I think the mistake comes is staying there believing that you can convince somebody to want you in a greater capacity. And I truly believe in this saying, if he wanted to, he would. And I don't even feel like that's just he. I feel like in general, as people, when we want to do something, we do it. If I wanted to go downstairs and eat right now, I would do it. It's not, I feel like human beings, we aren't as complicated. And I do feel like as women, we tend to do this thing where we're like, you know, women and men are so different. Like, men are just, you know, they develop way slower. And whilst we do develop faster and we mature faster, and whilst I do believe that women and men do women and men do things differently, I believe that at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And that excuse is simply enabling. Maybe it's something that we tell ourselves to feel better, but that's the issue. The more women that stay around in situations trying to tell themselves things to feel better, the more situationships we will see. I genuinely feel like if we had more people walking away, we need a movement. We need a mass movement. Because if we had more people walking away the minute they were told, I don't want to be with you, but we can still go out. We can still hang out. We can still go on dates. You know, like we can still, you know, like we're really sexually compatible. You said what? If I don't give you knuckles, I want my knuckles imprinted on your forehead. We need more people that are just like, hell no. You go find somebody that will give you that. And that's one of the issues that I have. Because, and I'm about to get really controversial here. I do think, and again, this is not a man-hating misandrist video. It's not that, alright? It's not that. But I do feel like there are a lot of guys that approach girls knowing that they have no intention of being in a relationship with them, but they don't lead with that because realistically, who's gonna say yes off the jump? Obviously, there are people that would, but that's where things get really R word. Okay, let's just say weird. But I think you guys know the R word I'm trying to say. Yeah, there are some guys that see girls and have strictly like sexual intentions with them, which is okay. Not every connection, relation has to be, oh, we're dating for marriage. You can't be trying to date to marry every single person. Let them show you that, you know, I'm trying to marry you, I'm trying to lock you down. Cool. Oh, I have hair in my mouth. Anyways, I feel like guys don't want to just approach a girl and say, hey, you're really attractive and I feel like we'd be really great sexually, because that's weird. You say that to me, I'm running and I'm calling Metropolitan Police. Don't approach me like that. A girl would even take offense and like come home and look in the mirror and be like, is there something on my face that made him feel like he could say that to me? So of course, if you can't straight up say to a woman that you want to sleep with them, your next best bet is, why not say, oh, I'll take you on a date? Why don't you shower her with gifts? Why don't you, essentially love women, but why don't you take her out on dates, make her feel special, tell her all the things that you know she wants to hear, do the things that you know this girl would probably require for you to be able to bed them. And because a lot of women do develop emotional attachments from sex, from intimacy, it's like, got ya. Now you are left wanting more from this guy, and he's just like, he's there for the sexual side of it. And I think, of course, because a lot of men don't make their intentions clear in the beginning, because they know they might not get what they want if they were to make their intentions clear, then you find women in situationships and wanting relationships from men that they probably wouldn't have even wanted a relationship from in the first place. So it gets very, that's why I said it feels a bit R word, a bit R words, but so I mean, is it really casual dating? And that's what I said before about a lot of people tricking themselves that they're okay with casualness. There's nothing casual about somebody being inside you. There's nothing casual about spending years with someone. There's nothing casual. You have people in situationships saying I love you. When does it become casual then? There is nothing casual about that. And I feel like it's, again, something that people trick themselves into believing. No, it's casual, except you can't date anybody else but me. It's casual, but I love you. It's casual, but you can meet my parents. It's casual, but we should go on holidays and vacations today. I don't think it's casual. So if you ask me, I genuinely feel like a lot of situationships are simply due to people not being comfortable being by themselves, loneliness, and I don't even say this in a judgmental way because everybody who don't want love, everybody wants some love, wants some, you know? But I do feel like not being comfortable being by yourself has a lot to do with it. And I also think social pressures, you could see a lot of your friends, a lot of people around you are getting into relationships, because it's not like it's impossible. It's just I think situationships seem to be trumping, or at least at equal length. You will know a good amount of people in relationships and you'll know a maybe even gooder amount of people in situationships. But I think when you're seeing so many people that seem to have prospects, seem to have somebody that's interested in them, you can sometimes think, oh, what about me? Like, oh, I'm not in a relationship. Oh, no one's taking me out on a date. Oh, and it may sound silly, but I think the older you get, the worse it gets. Because at that point, you're seeing the few people that survived and made it to marriage, you're going to want to concede and be like, you know what? Maybe if I stayed with this guy, he might not want a relationship right now because he's young. Or maybe this girl, she's got a lot going on. She might not want a relationship right now. But if I stay here and show her that I'm down, if I stay here and show him how much of a good woman I am, they'll change their minds. We have to be more comfortable with being alone. It is okay to be alone. So I think it's worth considering, are men and women experiencing situationships differently? Obviously, I've spoken a lot about how it is for women, because I am one. But are men and women experiencing situationships differently? Are the reasonings behind men and women deciding to get into situationships different? Obviously, I gave the example of a guy maybe not feeling like he can approach a woman with his direct intentions and then ending up in a situationship with her. But on the flip side, could you have women not wanting to get in situationships with men? I mean, could you have women only staying in situationships with men because they feel like he's good for now and he's, I guess, doing about enough, but there's always someone better in her mind. There's always a guy with more money. There's always a guy that's doing more with himself. There's always a guy that could do more to help me. Are the women and men benefit in the same way from situationships? Let me know what you guys think. Would we say that situationships are a failure of modern dating, or is it exactly what dating was supposed to look like these days? With social media, with things like, or the idea of having a roster, with people saying they want a trick, with the changing expectations of women and men. Is this exactly where we're always going to end up here, in this space where, yes, people still get into relationships, yes, people still get married, but being in a partnership with someone that has no title is now like the new norm. This is now what is, I guess, socially accepted. Was this always going to happen? And I mean, at what point did asking someone, what are we? Where is this going? Become such a daunting and scary question. Somebody that you're consistently sleeping with, you're consistently going out on dates with, you might be cooking for them. You might have told your parents about them, you might have told all your friends about them, you might have gone on holidays with them, you might have shared like first with them. This might be the first person when something good happens to you, you want to tell them first. When something bad is happening to you, they might be the first person you want to tell. They might know your deepest, darkest secrets. All of that is fine. But you draw the line at, what are we? When did that become such a bad question? But that's my take for now. Those are my thoughts. Let me know if you guys agree with some of what I said, disagree, think my controversial take was a bit too controversial. And we'll chat again soon. Oh.